Hey everyone, this is Lori Melnitsky, and I wanted to come on because this is a question that I get asked a lot as someone who used to stutter very badly. I get asked how I not only overcame stuttering, and that doesn't mean that I never stutter anymore. I would be lying to you if I said like I'm so perfect, I never stutter anymore. But how did I learn to kind of relax and enjoy talking? Because if you stutter, you know that there's a tremendous amount of pressure to try and sometimes even achieve fluency, to try and hide the fact that you stutter, because it takes time and energy to use any kind of strategies that you've learned on top of being a spontaneous speaker. How do you do that? It's not just about techniques. It's not just about the physical part of learning ways to connect your speech. It's about getting yourself more comfortable in speaking situations. So how do you do that? So I get asked this a lot, and I think it's something that has to be talked about even more. It's a really important topic. So number one, you have to give yourself a break. It's not your fault that you stutter. You're not doing anything wrong. You're like everybody else. You just happen to stutter. It is what it is. It's a disruption in the normal flow of fluency. Number two, sometimes, which is still hard for me, you have to admit that you stutter to take the pressure off yourself to the other person, whether it be an interview, whether it be, I'm trying to think of another example. I mean, interviews are the number one thing that comes to mind. Maybe it's a friend you don't speak as easily to as you would like to. I think this has to be higher. Sorry, I can't seem to use my laptop to go live. It takes time. Number three, you have to stop judging yourself, whether you're fluent, whether you're not fluent. Ask yourself, who are you speaking to? Are you having fun? Who do you like speaking to? Do you like hanging out with your friends? Is every speaking situation, especially those of you who have gone through like more intensive therapy, like the MPI program, it might be Holland's, it might be the Precision Fluency program. Yes, there is a transfer phase, but that doesn't mean that you want everything to be transfer. Only those of us who stutter understand what it's like to be under constant pressure to get your vocal folds vibrating equally and to breathe in the right way, and to maybe have family members who don't understand, and especially if you're younger and they're telling you to use your speech techniques. Speech in general is supposed to be a spontaneous act. It's not really something that you sit down, you write a script, you think about what you want to say. So it takes time. The more you can keep talking, the easier it is, because then you don't have to go through these long periods of silence and then all of a sudden start talking, because then it becomes a job, and we don't want it to be a job. So the best advice I can give you, and again, I would like to have a separate, Facebook page for those of you who have gone through intensive therapy with me. Try and enjoy speaking sometimes, and try not to judge yourself all the time. If you stutter, you stutter. The world won't come to an end. Maybe next time it will be easier. The more you practice at home in more structured settings, the easier it is. The more you can talk to other people who stutter and kind of laugh and understand, you won't feel that alone. So I don't have the one answer. I mean, I still have certain situations that, I'm like, oh no. I mean, I think I've mentioned this, if I'm in a situation where we have to go around and say our names, I have like post-traumatic stress syndrome, like why are they making us say our names? It's usually okay, but it's just not something I love. So the more I've done it, the more I've done workshops, I've pushed myself. If you're in a business setting and you don't speak a lot, there's an organization called Toastmasters that actually does a lot of public speaking, and I do recommend that because it does get you out there. You meet other people. You have to do an icebreaker speech at first, so it's usually helpful. I think my first speech, I think I did one speech. Honestly, I wasn't an active member, but I think I did like one speech where I talked about what stuttering is, because that empowers you. So hang in there. It takes time to feel comfortable. It does help as you get a little bit older because you're able to put things in perspective more. But keep talking and say to yourself, I am enough. I've worked hard at this. I'm a good person. Like, make a list, honestly. What do you like about yourself? Most of us are very hard on ourselves and we don't recognize what other people like about ourselves. So I have somebody here now. If I can help you, please let me know. I believe in you. I really do.